a lot of content on there, man. You see, I don't play no games. That's where the money is, man. That's where the money is. And I'm heavy on vibration. Just think about this. What's the chances of you sitting directly in front of me at Starbucks right now?
Very, very low.
And we doing the same exact thing.
Same thing, right? That's why
Talk about that all the time, man.
That's why I said, I'm like, what the hell is going on?
The energy is crazy, I'm telling you.
I mean, I was just gonna ask, like, yo, this guy looks like he does some shit, so. I mean, this is what I do, literally. I'm like, I'm gonna talk to this person, you never know, man.
Never know, man.
And that's why, because there's been so many times where I regretted things, where I'm like, yo, I wish I talked to this person.
Right.
Like this entrepreneur, this person. So now I'm just like, yo, what do you do? Nice to meet you.
That's it, just network.
That's what it is. You gotta network for your net worth.
There you go.
Yeah, my man.
Good to meet you. What's your name again? Luke?
Yeah,
Luke?
just no L. Just like Luke, no L.
Okay. So the L is silent?
No, it doesn't exist.
Oh, there's no L.
Yeah, they missed the L in my birth certificate.
That's funny. Mark.
Mark?
Yeah. Good to meet you, man.
Pleasure to meet you, man.
All right, man. All right. So let me see if I can get these things shared. Stacey, you hilarious. I was just reading what you said. That's funny. He's alright, man. He's a young boy out here doing his thing, trying to make moves. All right, let me see if I can put this in a group real quick. I see James. What's up, James? JT James. That way we can distinguish, because we got like 5 James. I want to put the let me see something. Let me do one more over in the group, and then we'll get into it. All right, good. All right, what's happening, y'all? What's happening? What's happening? What's up, Walker? What's up, Jeffrey? Yeah. I'm trying to reposition this a little bit. How's the lighting? Man, lighting ain't all that, but it is what it is. Yeah, I'm sitting directly in the middle right here, so it might be a little noisy around me. Might be a little bit noisy, but it is what it is. Stacey, am I reading that right? Am I seeing 0 and 3? What? Oh, I gotta take my hat off now. James said he's ready for the Nuggets. What up, Joshua? I'm here, man. I think I'm about to. I think Rent Man is coming. I feel Rent Man coming. They said she's trying to take her demo down to 0. Oh, down to 100. Okay. So you 0 and 3 in the demo, or you 0 and 3 on live? And you better say demo. said no need for him. No need for woo, the rant man. You can't stop the rant man. He's here already. He's here. As soon as I saw the zero, rant man just popped up. What's up, Riley? Alright, let me see who else is stepping on. What's up? I see Zabraski. I see Crystal. What's up, Crystal? And Stacey said you starting over. Okay, that's fair enough. That is fair enough. And I want you to talk about it a little bit. Just talk about what happened. Just a little bit. Jonathan, what's good? Alright, so y'all let me know how y'all did this week. Let me know how you did. How many trades did you take? How many trades did you not take? And how did you perform? What were your results? Let's talk about it. Today, by the way, also, today was an awesome week for training. Just to throw that out there. Training was remarkable this week. It really was. I ended up focusing a lot on looking at the market without the chart. That's something that is a good tool to use, a very powerful tool, in fact. What's up, DC? Stacy said, well, I was watching the BP and got excited and was not ready for it. What's the BP? You mean the GBP? Oh, I'll let you tell me. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Riley said he took 2 trades, $414. Riley, how many contracts you trading with? RJ, what up, man? Eric P, what's good? What's up, Jerry? What's up, Kenneth? JT said he is 0-0 for the week, 3-0 paper trading. Very good, man. Very good. Joshua's 2-1. The L surprised me a bit, but I know what I didn't do. Okay. I think that you had taken the L kind of early in the week, right? Because I'm trying to think back to when I saw that you said that you had lost. I think you had a video for it too, right? Yeah, you did. Okay, I remember now. That's the same trade. All right. RJ said he's listening to video number 377. Very powerful, man. Very powerful. Yeah, Dennis is asking what I asked about the contract that you traded, Riley. He said, I'm busy with fam, so I was busy this week. Gonna hit 1,000 a week by the fall. Okay, 8 contracts, 15 on the second one. Riley, where did you start? Like, what did you start with? How many contracts did you start with? How many contracts did you start with? And like, okay, so you started with a $2,000 deposit. That's what you mean? Oh, Stacey, you was talking about the blueprint. Okay, I got you. She said she was watching the blueprint. She got excited. I remember now what happened, Stacey. Okay, I got you. I think you told me that you were trying to take some money off the table, and instead of taking it off, you put it on. That one, right? And I don't really count that. as far as you taking a trade and actually losing the trade because you misinterpreted the environment and the behavior of the market, that's one thing. But you try to sneak in a little greed, thought you could do it and pull it off, and you probably did the wrong direction or something silly. So we won't count that one. It's all good. Let me see. T Nuke, what's good? Riley said, I want to see the video where you trade the full account. I trade the full account in how many videos, man? I don't even know how many videos I've done now trading the full account. But that, I'm wondering why you're even asking that though. Like, why you want to see that? I'm trying, I wanted to know more about why you started with that much. And I'm just being curious, like I'm not even saying that you did anything wrong. I want to know what your thought process is, or was. This is gonna be good. I'm reading now what y'all are saying. This is gonna be a good live. Yes, it is. We're gonna set y'all free, man. We're gonna set y'all free. Listen. Okay, so let me. I'm gonna read all of the comments that are coming in. Riley says, started with 3, went up 1. Started at 600. Okay, cool. Very good then. Started with 600. So started with 600 and started with 3 contracts. Is that right, Riley? Do I have that right so far? So Riley started with 600 and started with 3 contracts. Got you. So you were trading like half the size of the account, basically. Dennis is saying, Mark, you almost have to be perfect to build your account. If you lose one trade, it's tough to recover. Dennis, that statement is true, but it's not what I want you to focus your attention on, because I don't want you to think in terms of what could happen. Oh man, if I lose a trade, I'm gonna lose the whole account. Don't lose a trade. The answer to that is don't lose. Well, Mark, I might lose. Then that means that you're not ready to trade. First of all, with real money. Second of all, your mindset is not where it needs to be for you to understand why you would lose a trade. I want y'all to get into the habit of understanding why you would lose. Not, oh, if I lose, I'm gonna lose my account. I don't want you to think in terms of if. Stop thinking in terms of what if. You can say what if all day. Right? I mean, just think about it. How many planes fly every day? Like literally. How many planes are in the air every single day? If you went around saying, man, what if this plane crashed? You can do that on every flight. What if everybody on every flight said, what if this plane crashes? You're generating the energy right there to be afraid while you're on the plane flying, right? The fact is, you're more likely to get struck by lightning than you are to die in a plane crash. Did you know that? You're more likely to be struck by lightning than for a plane to crash. So why would you even generate that? Like, you understand what I'm doing? So you're creating the fear inside of you by saying it. Don't say it. Stop saying it. Stop saying it. You have to stop. because it's about your mindset. Your mindset is what's going to create the environment for it to happen. So if you're always worried about losing, then more than likely you're going to lose because you keep worrying about it instead of focusing on the reason why you would not lose. And I'm being serious, like I'm being very serious. That's why I said this is going to be a good live, because I really want to dig into you guys so that your mindset can switch. It's like a switch. It's like a switch that you turn. You have to shift your mindset first. You can't start trading and winning if your mindset does not shift first. It doesn't work that way. You're not gonna. What are you gonna do? Be lucky? Who's that lucky? Where they win every trade by luck? Who's that lucky? You're not that lucky. No one's gonna be that lucky. So therefore, if someone is consistently winning, there has to be a reason behind that taking place. And if you understand the reason and the dynamic of it, duplicate what it is. Understand, why would you lose in the first place? All right, you would lose because of this, and this. So don't do any of this, or this. Learn how to not do none of that. Train until you're not doing any of that. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. Look, listen. I'm telling y'all, people are going to be freed by this today. They're going to get free, man. They're going to get free. Losing is in your mind. Losing is in your mind. Josh said he took, that was last night? What? What happened, man? James says, stay away from the fear. Slav, what's up, man? Slav said, I won't be losing anytime soon, because you better believe I'm only making a live account once I'm confident and successful on the demo. That's a good place to start right there, man. Good place to start. Come on, man. Come on. Riley said, I started with that much was, wait, hold up. What am I looking at? Okay. Started with that much was rebate and didn't want to waste the money, but didn't take many contracts to start, but wanted it there. Okay. I think I understand what you mean. Then he says, any trade I lost, I didn't follow the strategy. I know why I lost each of those trades. See, now we talking. You see what Riley just said? This is what he just said. He said, any trade I lost, I didn't follow what I'm supposed to do. I know why I lost. If you know why you lost, you won. If you don't know why you lost, you really lost. Jeffrey said 3-0. He's on live paper trade this week. Very good, man. Watched the blueprint nonstop this week and had a huge light bulb. Understanding stability and the presence of it changes the way you interpret the market. It alleviated the FOMO for me. He said it alleviated the fear of missing out. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Jamal, what's up, man? What's up, Shane? What's up, Matthew? Matthew said, if you don't feel like you're gonna win, you need to sit back until you do. Yo. Come on. Matthew comes in and makes a grand entrance. Man. Joshua said, I carried over my study from earlier that day and based on the way it was moving, assumed it had progressed. Of course, I didn't get the new MRMH for that session, so breathe. There you have it. Joshua, he hit it right on the head. So, in other words, he's saying the reason that I took that L, obviously, was just simply being greedy. Come on, man. See, let me see what James just said. He said that's called false evidence appearing real. Facts. Jay Wallace, what's good, man? Slav, so all these Facebook sessions get saved. Yes, they do. Yeah, these appear on, you'll see it on, like I'll share it on my timeline also, but it's also going to be on the Team Alliance page. That's why I make sure I do it from there, so that you have it in more than one place. Didn't do the rinse and repeat, did my study earlier in the day, then came back later without reconfirming phases and saw a small range of movement in the candles and took a valid looking setup at the wrong time. Listen to me, man. Are you listening to this? Did you just hear what he said? He said, took a valid looking setup at the wrong time. What does that even mean? Are you following? I'm trying to tell y'all, man. I'm trying to tell y'all, some people's gonna be set free today. Shane, what up, man? James, 2-0 for the week. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I remember, I'm not sure how many weeks it was ago, but James had took a L, and he had talked about it. And see, listen to me. It's not losing that's the problem. This right here is going to be deep for a lot of you. Listen to me, please. Losing is not the problem. It's when you lose and you don't know why. That's the problem. Lord have mercy. Let me plug this in so I won't lose this live. I got to plug in this phone. So this thing cuts off. Make sure this thing is powered up. Okay, we good. So yeah, once again, man, it's not losing that's the problem. It's when you lose and you don't know why you lost. That's the problem. Josh said I posted to the chat, poison ivy with rose blossoms. Jamal said 5 trades, 5 wins, no losses. Hard. That's hard. Riley said I need to remind myself 5 minutes and hourly need to be traded differently. Speed, distance, price, time, and don't be greedy, money will come. Totally different, but not different. The reason I say that is because it's your understanding of the market. Come on, Facebook, stay with me. Stay with me. Make no mistake about it. It's your understanding of the market that allows you to trade whatever you want to. The reason people lose, period, is because they don't make the connection between what they're doing in the market and the instrument that they're trading. That's it. Like, between that being greedy, over trading, revenge trading, and all the other stuff that you do that's retarded, that's going to be the reason that you consistently lose. So you have to, it's like being on a strict diet. If you're a vegetarian, stop eating steak. Wait, do vegetarians eat steak? They don't eat steak, right? Or is that vegan? Whatever, whoever it is that don't eat meat. If you don't eat meat, don't eat meat. Don't say I don't eat meat and then you sneaking in meat. You understand what I'm saying? You got to stick to the script and don't deviate from the script. Then you'll have the results that you're looking for. It's that simple. Like I don't understand what people be thinking sometimes. Matthew said, not knowing surely will cause you to repeat the same loss. Come on, let's go. Let's go. I told you somebody gonna be set free today, boy. Look, I gotta repeat that. Not knowing surely will cause you to repeat the same loss. Why do I keep losing? Because you don't know why you lost in the first place. Oh my goodness, man. Listen. Shane said a slap at 15 seconds leaves little doubt about why you lost. Clearly. James said learning from your losses makes you wiser. Yes, it does. Slav says, as of now, I have no clue how those candles and charts work at all, but I'll be learning. Slav, just number 301 on repeat. That's all you got to do for right now. JT said, the most important thing, if you find yourself in a hole, stop digging. Come on, JT. JT want to get in on these nuggets. Come on, man. Slide said these lines are powerful. I think you might mean these. Are you saying these lives are powerful? I'm not sure. If you're talking about lines, I'm not sure what lines you mean. Yes, sir. Riley said trade 1 failed, went into the trade too early. Trade 2 was moving fast. Wanted to jump in at 40 or 50, but it rebounded and lost my cash. Lesson learned. Okay. I mean, it sounded like there was just a lot going on in the market at the time, period, for you to even be thinking about a trade. But, you know, we're going to get there. We're going to get there. What's up, Tony? Riley said revenge trade is something I stopped if I lose, close computer and ride the cycle. Market will always be there when you cool off. There we go. Now we talking. Now we talking. What's up, Bria? Oh, Slav said the lines people are saying. Yeah, the nuggets, man, the quotes. Definitely. He said, but these lives are powerful as hell too. No doubt, because the lines are on the lives. They're like that, right? See how I put that together? The lines are all the lines are on the lives. Yeah. But this is good stuff, man. This is good stuff. See, like, this is another reason why I like to do the recaps every week, because when you, like, all of this is always about study. When we do these recaps, we're studying what we did. You got to study. You have to look at and examine what you actually did so that you can make use of any mistakes that you made. Half the times people will make the same mistake, just like Matthew said, in perpetuity, over and over again, because they don't know what the mistake is that they're making. You can't even put a finger on why you're doing it. Why? Like, why? Why'd you lose that trade? You don't even know why you lost. You don't know why you lost, so you need to stop. You need to look at, just keep looking at what you did. That's why I tell everybody study my trades. And not even. I tell everybody to study the market when I took a trade. And there's actually a difference. When you start actually looking into the way that the market environment was at the time that a trade was taken, that's teaching you more than you trying to figure out what I was doing in the trade. Oh, I wonder why he took that trade. Not why I took that trade. I wonder why he waited until the market looked like that before he took the trade. Come on, man. I'm telling y'all, man. Andrew, what's up, man? Matthew said, we have all seen the environment that pays us. Going to a different bank, knowing your account isn't there, but you want to demand money, your ass is going to jail. Yo. Yo, Matthew was insane. Did y'all hear what he just said? Shane says, I have found myself becoming addicted to the observation piece, seeing the market transition into stability and then sync up with distance, option pricing. It's like seeing a rainbow. Oh my goodness. Can't nobody tell me nothing about what we be doing, man. He's like, this is why I don't even be talking to nobody else, like, because no one understands, first of all, and anyone really that is even challenging what it is that, you know, we're talking about as far as what you're capable of doing, is because you don't know anything about really studying and really observing and really actually doing what you're saying that you're doing. You don't know nothing about that. That's why you think it can't be done. But what ends up happening is you end up looking retarded when it continues to be done. So that's why I don't even be saying nothing. I don't say nothing. I just keep doing what we're doing every week, week after week. Raleigh said, every failed trade is nobody's fault but the person who took it. Now that's a heavy level of self-awareness right there, because what he just said means that you can no longer blame the market. You can't blame NADEX. You know, you can't blame your trading platform. You can't blame the strategy. You can't blame anything. It always boils down to you, because it boils down to the decision that you make to take a trade. Either greed is pushing you to take a trade and jump into the market because you're either afraid of missing out, right? Or you feel that the market owes you that money for whatever your reason is. You either feel entitled or you are afraid of missing out on money. Those will be the primary reasons that you will be pushed into taking a trade. And most of the time, it will be at the wrong time. And it will lead up to you losing. Like what are we talking about? So that's why self-awareness is so important, because just the fact that you don't believe that it has more to do with you than it does about the market, you are already not self-aware. You don't even know what you're doing. You don't even know how you actually are. You don't know that you're impatient. You don't know. You don't understand that it's you who's afraid. Oh man, this market can do anything to you. The market can always do anything to you, but how is it that someone is able to consistently win? How is that possible? And I would challenge you to even look at people who lose. Look at yourself when you take a trade and you lose. Look at the market when you lost, and try to make sense out of how the market looked when you took the losing trade. And then you begin to unravel things, and you're doing it in reverse. Instead of you trying to always push the blame on somebody else and pass the buck so that you remove the responsibility from you, you have to be responsible and accountable for what you're doing and for what you're not doing. You have to be held accountable either way. Matthew said that flows with life itself. You are always responsible for your actions, no matter the circumstances. What's the first thing that I say every training? You're going to learn way more about yourself in this process than about the market. You think that you're learning about the market. You think you're studying the market. The market is a mirror. It's reflecting you. So when you're studying the market and you're learning all of this information about the market, guess who you're really learning about? You're really learning about yourself in the process. And that's even more powerful. That's even more powerful. Peleus, what up, man? It's crazy. Jamal said, I never take gamble trades, only guaranteed trades. That's a very unique perspective to have. This is what he just said. I never take gamble trades. What's a gamble trade? See, like anytime somebody says something, I want you to process what they're saying. Don't try to debate or to try to, belittle what they're saying. He says that I immediately start to process what he's saying. He says, I never take gamble trades, only guaranteed trades. Now, your first inclination is to say, well, nothing's guaranteed, right? Isn't that what you think first? Now, ask yourself, is that true? And if it's not true, you have to prove it. You have to prove it. How do you prove it? You got to study. You got to actually look at what's going on to say something's true or not true. You have to look at it. You can't just make the assumption and just take somebody's word for it. That's just like if I told you, yo, you know what? If you ever take a cruise ship and, go to the Bahamas or to Bermuda somewhere, you know what? That cruise is going to sink. And if I tell you that, you just leave it at that. You're like, well, what do you mean it's going to sink? I told that to you, and because I told you, now you're scared to go on the cruise. Don't just take my word for it. Like, first of all, why would you say the cruise is going to sink? What that got to do with anything? Let me look into it. Go and study. How often do cruise ships sink? Go look. Then when you see, like, oh snap, in about 50 years, only like 10 cruises ever sank. It changes the dynamic of what was actually said to you. See, like it's always the same shit that goes on. It just repeats itself over and over again. It boils down to you, like regardless. Riley said, good trades every time would make as much as some wins and some losses with less stress. And I'm telling y'all, you're gonna get into the vibration, because that's what I have to call it. It's like an energy. You're gonna reach the point where you begin to realize that there's no such thing as a good trade. No such thing. There's no such thing. And I prove it to you. How many times have you seen a trade set up that was a beautiful trade? All right? Set up lovely. And the trade loses. How's that even possible? How can a good trade lose? Makes you think deeper. It's not just about good trade, bad trade. It's about the timing, the right time. Did I take this trade at the right time? You can take a good trade at the wrong time and lose. You can take a terrible trade at the right time and you end up winning the trade. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It's about engineering the actual process of what you're doing. Jamal said, gamble trade. This might work. Let's hope it does. Bingo. Guaranteed trade. Everything is in place. Everything is consistent. This is going to be profitable. Whoa. That's hard. He broke it down. He broke it down. Riley said, I never made profit on gamble trades, but trades that follow rules I set for them are always winners. You need to follow the rules you set, or you might as well play a game of chance. Facts. That is a fact. I want to elaborate on that a little bit. Now, when you say rules, when you create rules for your trades, for yourself to take trades, your rules must include every element of a trade. In other words, it's not just about the trade. It's also about the environment of the market. See, like this is it's such a subtle piece that people miss out on. You can't ignore the environment that you're in. And there's so many levels to environment and behavior. It's not just cut and dry. So you're better off studying the environment and behavior of the market and learning the intricacies and the nuances of that than you are trying to curve fit rules for the trade that you want. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that doesn't play a part in the process. It does. Because what it does is it further secures the win. But the reason behind that is even stronger. It's your ability to recognize the right environment and the right behavior that fits the trades that you want to take. You have to have that. If that's a piece that's missing, that's where you're going to fall short, and that's how you end up losing trades that you feel should have won. And that's the difference. There's a difference between the two things. Like, it's very easy to do that too. So you have to be careful. You really do. Riley said rules. What is market doing? What is environment? What is price? Is it being? Yeah, exactly. That has to be a part of your rule set. Bingo. There you go. There you go. That's hard. What's happening, Ash? JT said no such thing as a good trade. Come on, man. That's a whole nother dimension. It's like you're not even human no more when you reach that level. You're like superhuman, and with that thought process, it's just different. Because you sound retarded to everybody else. That's not normal. Ash said, so true timing is everything. Yep. Joshua said, I just posted my good trade. Man, oh man. This is good, man. This is good. This is good. It's amazing to me how quickly we continue to elevate, because I do believe that people are really beginning to understand like what I'm getting at when I say certain things. It doesn't just seem like, Mark be talking crazy. I don't know what he means by half the stuff he's saying. It's not that anymore. It was that. A lot of people just were lost. They were like, yo, I don't know what you're talking about, but all I see is you keep winning your trades. I'm not sure what you mean when you talk, but I see that you're winning your trades. I'm gonna keep watching. And they'll continue to follow along. But that's why I like to give the commentary after I take the trades, because I'm getting into the levels in my mindset that lead up to why I even took that trade. It's like, well, why did you take that trade? And once again, what did I say? There's no such thing as a good trade. It's not why did I take the trade, it's why did I take the trade or take a trade at that time? That's the question. Why did you take a trade at that time? Within that one statement I just made, that's literally me handing you the keys to financial freedom right there. Here you go. Be free. I'm trying to tell you, man. And this is why I love the fact that this is being recorded, because you can go back and watch this. So when someone tries to debate with you about something that I might have said or what I'm doing, they can't. You can't debate with it. There's no debating. It is what it is. And it's documented. Come on, man. Riley said, if you can't explain why the trade will win, don't take it. Facts. Matthew said, because the timing was right. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. And I think about that more and more. I'm like, man, can you imagine if you just mastered having good timing with everything that you're doing? Like, how smooth would life be for you if you could just figure out, how to have better timing? Things would move a lot smoother for you, wouldn't it? Just in general. I'm saying, man. Just saying. Matthew said, no different than being see, he really on my vibration right now, my goodness. I don't even want to read what he said, because I literally was just saying this in my head, and I almost said it. He said, no different than being with the right girl at the wrong time. Wow. No different than meeting the right girl at the wrong time. Even iller. That's hard right there. Wow. It makes you redefine your comprehension of what destiny means, right? Because it's like, if you think about that, does destiny mean that it's meant to happen and you had no control? Or does it mean it was meant to happen and you control all of the things that led up to it happening? Like, there's a difference between those two things. Because if it's out of your control, that means you don't have any involvement in the process. And as a matter of fact, you can't stop it, right? It's just like if somebody said, yeah, that was meant to happen. Well, what does that mean? What do you mean it was meant to happen? Do you mean I couldn't control or stop it from happening? Or are you suggesting that everything that I did to lead up to this moment is why it happened? Like, you have to think outside the box. You can't just take it at face value and leave it at that. Otherwise, it doesn't make any sense, and it's just cliche. And it's just something that you're saying. You're not really actually processing what it is. That's crazy right there. Like just ask that question and answer it. Which one does it mean? I'm telling you, man, it's just different. It's different. Riley said, I have a few friends who trade. Every time I ask why they took it, they have no answer. The funny one is when they answer you and they say, oh, it just, seemed like it was a good trade. What? Seemed? Okay. Now, she said the thing is, if she's the right girl and it's the wrong time, that same girl will find her way to you again at the right time. That's hard right there. See, and once again, see now look, in that statement, what is he saying? What do you mean she's the right girl? What does that mean? You have to define that. Because the right girl means right for me, right? Right? But now what if you're the way you are now, but then you change later? Does the definition of the right girl change also? Or is it the same girl that was right before? You have to think about that. If you're an idiot now, right? Like you're retarded. The right girl for you is probably somebody that's similar to you. So that means you're looking for another idiot, right? Now, if you actually reform and you turn into a whole nother person at a different time, now the right girl for you now as the intelligent, non-retarded person is going to be somebody different, is it not? Does it change? I'm telling you, man. Alright, let me cut it out. Stop it. Haley said on the blueprint income phase, if you don't get 5, do you just put more value in the trade? No. Nope. And I mean, you could do that if you wanted to, but I don't have a need to do that. Because I'm locked in at the contract size. If I want to, look, and this is another thing too, Haley, is if you want to trade with a larger size, just keep scaling up. If I want to go to 50 contracts, I'll just scale up until I get there. Like get the account up to 5,000 and then trade 50 contracts. And do the same thing. It's the same thing. It's the same thing I did when I put 100 in and started with 100 and traded one contract. It's no different. So you can do it however you really prefer to do it. You know, like you're not restricted, but you understand what the blueprint is doing. It's laying out a foundation so that you have step by step where you need to begin from and what is going to bring you into where you want to end up being. You know? James said way back in February, I was thinking to myself while observing the charts, what if this is all predetermined anyway? Loving the vibe. Trying to tell you, man. Trying to tell you. See what it is too? You make it predetermined. You make it your destiny. So for somebody to tell you, hey man, you destined to be great. If you end up becoming great, it's not because they told you that. It's because you believed it when they told it to you. You're going to become what you believe. Come on, think about it. If you grew up and your mother used to always tell you you're going to be a loser when you get older, and you're not a loser when you're older, you didn't believe what she said, right? You decided that you refused to believe that, and that's not what you became. You became a winner. So everything boils down to the choice that you make. You choose what you want to do. You can do nothing, or you can do great things. What I like to do is I like to create and follow greatness. If there's something that doesn't exist, I'm gonna figure it out, and it's gonna exist for me. That's what I do. That's what I did with this. To me, I've always looked for something out there that would be able to, show me a way not to lose money anymore in the market. That was my thing. I'm tired of losing. I don't want to lose no more. It didn't exist. I had to create it for myself. when I created it for myself, what I realized in that process was that what I was actually doing was figuring out myself. I'm thinking that I'm figuring out the market. That's not what it is. It was the mindset that I needed to have in order to do what I knew no one else was capable of doing. You can't show me something that I'm trying to accomplish unless you're doing it. You see? If you're doing it, you can tell me the mindset that it takes to do it. If you're not doing it, you can't tell me nothing. This is crazy. This is crazy today. Riley says, seemed like a good trade. A lot of people ended up in bad things because something seemed good. Yep. One trade at $100 account should be treated the same as if you put $5,000 of contracts in. Yep. Jamal says, scaling the contracts is safer because you're growing steadily. Do not despise small beginnings. Yep. That's it. Everything that was just said is concurs what I just said. What's happening, Jerry? Matthew said, I believe we were meant to find each other. What we do with that is fully dependent on our actions after. Oh my goodness. Slav says, so wait, I actually can't just have $100 in my account and start with that if I want to go for a trade with multiple contracts that go over 100. No, you are eventually going to have to use the profits from your trades to increase your contract size. So the way that I simplified that process, when you hear me on the Blueprint project, I use the word flip. Flip means you doubled. So you started with 100, you doubled it to 200. When you see 200 in your account, now you double your contract size. So you go from 1 to 2. When you go from 2 to 4, when you get to 400, you should be at 4 contracts. 4 to 8, you get to 800, you at 8 contracts, and so on and so forth. So it's the art of flipping. And you know, there's a popular cliche saying, you know, like, oh, which would you rather have, $1 million or a penny doubled 10 times? You know what I'm saying? Most people will say, well, I want the million, but a penny doubled 10 times is massive because you are constantly flipping. And the simplicity is in that, but then when you actually have a way to do it, like that's what we're doing. We taking a penny, we keep flipping it. $100 is the penny in the market. But if you keep flipping it, it ain't gonna be a penny forever. Keep going until you get to the point where you feel comfortable and where you know you can generate the income that you want to make. But you have to utilize the skill it took to build is going to be the same skill that it takes to generate income. It's the same thing. You're not changing now because you are out of the growth phase. Like that's another thing too. Like somebody, you know, they'll be in a growth phase and then say that they reach the income phase. Now you want to do something different because you're in the income phase. No, you're doing the same exact thing you were doing in the growth phase. It's the same skill that you're using. Slav says, I know you say I should only trade with 100, but then I can only go for smaller trades that are in the $100 range of risk. Slav, you want to watch this again. Or maybe you deleted that comment. I think you might have deleted that. Okay. So I think you understand where I'm going now when I started talking about the flip. The binaries is that, let's say if I win, get 20% of the 100, and if I lose, I risk 80% of the 100. I see, that's what I figured. I thought you meant like always only have $100 in the account. Okay, I got you. Now he says ignore that comment. Matthew got 2 words, patience, bro. No doubt. But just continue to train, man. Continue to train. Everything is gonna open up for you as far as your understanding. And I guarantee you that. Riley said, if you have the skills and know how to trade with the market, you can put as much money as you want up, because if you know how the market will work, you always win. That's it. Yep, in a nutshell. Jamal said, I see scaling like this. I heard that Jewish business owners don't touch their profits for 3 years because all they do is put the money back into the business, and after 3 years, they are consistently profitable. With this, it can be done in 3 months, 6 months, or a year. I mean, that's, let me just put that in perspective for you a little bit. How long did it take me? And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm not bragging about it. In fact, I slowed down my process, and it still literally took place within 36 days. Like what you just spoke about took me 36 days to do. So my point is, however long the training process needs to be for you is less relevant than the fact that you know that you need to train until you get to the point where your skill is sufficient for you to execute, because the execution is just the byproduct of the training. All the training and conditioning that you've done to get to that point prepared you for now time to execute and to do it. You can't execute while you're trying to train. The training is getting you to where you need to be in order to execute. Jamal said, the point I'm making is you never see. Agreed. Agreed. But I mean, that's, you know, it works regardless. It works regardless. It's understanding what it is that you actually need to do and then doing it. You understand what you need to do. Matthew said, coming from a student of TA, I've never been profitable. Before even joining the train, I had flipped a K to over 8K. All I've ever done is copy what I saw. That's from a student's perspective. I'm trying to see if he's going to auto-correct the first part. Okay. So he said, coming from a student of TA, I've never not been profitable. Okay. Before even joining training, I had flipped 1,000 to over 8,000. All I've ever done is copy what I saw. That's from a student's perspective. Got you. Got you. And yes, he did do that. Right. I've never not been profitable. Yep, I got you. And see, that's why, like, when you listen to certain things that Matthew says, you see why he's saying them. Because you see what his execution was out the gate. Like for some people, they can do it immediately. For some other people, and probably the majority of most people are not like Matthew. The majority of most people are not like me. Most people, it takes them a long time just to accept the fact that it's even possible to consistently make money in the market. They got to get over that hurdle in their own head. Like, they can't even get past that. They don't believe it. They're like, nah, man, this market is too crazy. There's too many ways to lose. You can't do that. Yes, you can do that. But what you're mistaken about is what it takes to do it. What you're thinking it takes to do it and what it really is to do it is two different things. And then at the same time, you still got to deal with yourself in the process. So you still got to overcome your fear. You got to overcome being afraid. You got to overcome being greedy. Like, you still dealing with yourself. Like people forget that. You still have to deal with yourself. You're not just dealing with the market. The market is a mirror that's showing you yourself. So when you look at the market and you begin to understand the market, you're understanding yourself more now. And that's how it opens up. That's why you need to study the market. Stop trying to trade the market and you haven't studied. That's like trying to live life and you don't know who you are and you don't understand anything about yourself. You're gonna live and you're gonna make a bunch of mistakes and just do stupid stuff. Because you're not stopping and studying. You gotta stop and study. You have to. Riley said if you follow where you should trade and not gamble, you will be able to live off trading. Of course, that's what I'm saying about overcoming all of the things about yourself that you need to overcome. The same reason that people go to the casino and sit down and play at the casino is the same reason why people come into trading and lose and quit. Same dynamic. When you walk into the casino, don't be nobody that sits at the table. Don't be the person that sits at the slot machine. Go into the casino and study the way that the tables are set up. Look at how the dealers are set up. Start to understand why the casino is always open. Think about being the casino. Like, damn, this casino always makes money. How does it always make money? Switches the dynamic. You start studying the source, you can become the source. Come on, man. This is good stuff. Riley said, follow the right way to trade, win all the time. Break your rules, you might win. Gamble trade, you will be NADEX's favorite customer. And something interesting about that too, like, I want y'all to understand something about NADEX in particular. Because of the model that NADEX is using, NADEX is gonna make money regardless. They're not making money because you're winning or you're losing. They don't care if you win or lose. They want more people to use their platform to take, or basically to go back and forth. Like, just here, you'll play ping pong. This is how NADEX is thinking. You'll play on the ping pong table. Enjoy yourselves. Every time that you restart a new game of ping pong, I'm getting paid. That's a good model to have. I'm the ping pong king. You think you the ping pong king. I'm the real king. Because every time you play the game, I get paid. I'm gonna let y'all think and go back and forth. Go ahead, y'all debate over who's better. Do your thing. I'll be right here just watching and enjoying the show. That's NADEX. They are an exchange. So understand, I appreciate NADEX because I have self-awareness and I know what it is that I'm doing when it comes to playing whoever's playing on the ping pong table. Anybody that play me in ping pong is going to lose. And it's not because I'm better than them. It's because I understand the ping pong table better than they do. Y'all with me? I know the ping pong table better than they do. I know exactly where to hit the ball on the table. Come on, man. And the reason that I'm using these analogies, I want to help you to understand the dynamic of what it is that we do and what NADEX is. They're separate and they're different things, but I'm explaining the reason why we'll continue to be successful. It's not because we're beating NADEX. We're not beating NADEX. NADEX is the reason that we can beat other people who don't know as much as us about the market. NADEX is just there to provide the platform. NADEX is like opening the gym so we can play. They got the gym open. Thank you. Open the gym so I can play. When I get on the court, I'm gonna do my thing. That's the dynamic. That is the dynamic. And I hope you guys understand that. That was a good analogy that I just used just now for that. But that's what it is. And you should be happy. You should be glad for that. Yes. Matthew said NADEX is paid no matter what. Exactly. They don't care about who you think is better than who. They don't care who wins or loses. It doesn't matter who wins or loses on the platform. They got a fee every time that y'all play. That's a good model right there to have. I'm gonna keep my eye out for if they ever become a publicly traded company, because I will have stock in them. You better believe it. I'm just saying. So my laptop is about to die. I gotta get out of here. This